Okay, hi everyone. Here we are. I'm gonna come sit with Lynn. I just want to make sure we've got this all figured out here. Yay! There we go.
All right. Oh, are we gonna be able to like see questions or just check periodically, or?
Maybe I'll check periodically. Well, that's a good question. Let's see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
Just logistics, people.
Wait, I don't know. Here's the web page you want to be on. That one.
Yep. And then let's just, can we pull up Facebook?
Hi. Do we have anyone on right now? This is our second coffee chat. The first one, was going, it was pretty smooth, but now we got microphones.
A lot of things. Yes, we have Lynn mic'd.
I could sit closer to you if you need microphoneage.
I'm gonna just. Okay. I don't know how to do this without. Hi, Mara. How are you? Sorry, we're just like figuring out some logistics.
Thanks for bearing with the technical difficulties. Hope you're having a good Friday.
I might just have to like get up and check every now and then.
Okay, we'll just do that. We're learning through it. It's our second time doing it. Right on. So out of the gate, happy Friday. Tomorrow is March, which means we're emerging into spring, coming out of the winter. Things are happening.
We got rid of snow so quickly this week. It was -25 a week ago.
Yes, and seedlings are starting to sprout and birds are back and it's starting to be nice. So that's exciting. Last night we had a really great event. We had a guest speaker. Coach Heidi came in of Sapphire Coaching, and that was super great. So informative, a lot of really good information. I was taking notes like crazy. I couldn't type fast enough. Yeah. It was so informative. Almost like I need to just like record it and then speed it down and pause it and like digest it and like just really dig into it. But she was awesome. So that was a really great event. And she has given our alumni a code.
Yes.
So a discount code for her coaching programs.
Yes. Which would be so helpful to anyone in the beauty industry, and not even in the beauty industry. She can kind of hit all facets of business. If you're a business owner, she has such great insight. She's done so many things from, taking classes to running a business to working underneath somebody. She really has the knowledge that, if you are new to the business world, like Heidi's awesome.
She is amazing. She's a beauty professional herself. She is licensed in so many different beauty trades. Skin, hair, lashes, massage, all the things. And then she started her own spa.
Yep.
And then now she's doing coaching services, teaching other people how to create their own businesses, specifically like with the niche of beauty. She's got the inside scoop on what that looks like. So that's been awesome. I actually did take her up on an offer. She has this, what does she call it? It's a business audit.
Oh.
Super, super cool. Highly recommend. So if you are familiar with me at all, I am not good with social media. I have an email address and you can text message me sometimes, but I don't really know what I'm doing with anything social media. So she's got this business audit where basically I am a service provider in part of my life, and then I'm an educator part of my life. And so I gave her the name of my business, and without any other information, go do a deep dive. And so she searched for me and found like, where am I coming up? Can she find my website? What does my social media look like? What's the general vibe that she has? Like, can she get an idea of what my goals are, who I'm serving, branding,
as an outsider,
all of that? Yeah.
Interesting.
So not having any information to pre-inform her and doing that. And it was so informative because she's able to have this impartial view and be like, okay, here's what I would tweak. This is what I would edit. Here's what I would change about this. She's like, if your goals are X, then you should go in the direction of Y, and like giving me this path that's specific to my business, but also specific to my goals, but also specific in the direction that I want to do it. You know what I mean?
That is so smart.
It was fantastic. So I highly, highly, highly recommend Heidi. She's got the business out of it. She does other stuff too, but that was just my experience, and she's great. She's great. So last night she had an event here, which was awesome. And then coming up next is the Spring Fling.
Yes.
In April 10th.
And she will be back for that event. She came last year and spoke to our students also about kind of the business aspect of the beauty industry. So, you know, even if you just come for Heidi, it will be an amazing event nonetheless. We have a ton of stuff planned.
Ton of stuff. There's going to be massages and manicures and all kinds of
headshots.
Oh yeah, headshot, all kinds of goodies, good stuff. So, do we have any questions or wondering out of the gate? This is your opportunity.
Oh, we've got a lot of friends. Do you have to be a student to attend
the alumni event?
The Spring Fling.
The Spring Fling. We're celebrating alumni.
Yes. However, great opportunity to talk to students who have taken our programs. You can tour the facility. You know, you can come and find out what programs we're offering. All of our instructors, I think, will be there. So, no, come on in. We've got a link to the actual event on our Facebook page where you can kind of find out more information and then RSVP.
Yes. And we want an RSVP so that we have a head count. So we know just like rough idea and spacing and all of that jazz. Yep. But all the proceeds from the event go to charity.
Yes.
So this year our charity is benefiting. If you want to talk about it.
I have been working with the American Heart Association now for a couple of years, specifically the Northland. And if you guys are unfamiliar with the Northland, it is like the Duluth Superior area. I've been working with them forever. They do great research. All of the money that they get, they actually break down what it goes for on their website, which we'll share with you guys when we start to get closer. We've got weekly posts with informative information on all the research and efforts that they put into women's healthcare and heart health.
Really great cause.
Yeah.
And isn't March Women's
February
Health?
Oh,
February.
Month.
I'm sorry.
So...
last day of the Heart Month.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense because February is Valentine's Day.
I know. So...
Oh my gosh, I just made that correlation.
I guess I never really thought of it like that either, but it's a good way to remember it.
Beautiful. So that's coming up. Well, great. I'm glad we got people watching here. So if you have any questions, now's a good time.
I know. We just really haven't.
Yeah. Otherwise, I've got some other things that we can chat about.
We do have a couple questions.
Oh, okay, great.
Do you guys ever do information lives on what is offered at the school, cost, what types of payments are accepted?
You know what? We haven't ever had a Facebook Live where we talked about that, but now is an opportunity because you are here with Manisha, the class coordinator.
I'm probably the best person to answer that question. We have a lot of different payment options for incoming students. We have credit-based options.
I'm going to see if she's got follow-up questions to your questions.
There are a couple more questions, which we can kind of scroll through. But I will talk about payments right now. We have several ways to register. When you go on a specific page to a class that you're interested in, you'll see two buttons. One that says more course info and registration. That will bring you to a jot form that has the cost of the class, what's the dates, what is the class including, and then at the bottom you'll either make a deposit or pay for the class in full. That goes right to the academy. Otherwise, we have Affirm and PayPal credits that are kind of like credit-based options, almost like a credit card, where you will cover the full tuition of the class that you're wanting to take, and then you'll pay them monthly installments. So I want to say it's like 6 months, 18 months, or 36 months that they allow those breakdowns to come in between. We also have in-house financing 12-month financing for 0% interest for someone who's like, I don't really want to do a firm, I don't want to do PayPal. We have so many options for payment. So give us a call if you have questions about like financing options. You can put down more money and then your monthly payment is less. We just want to kind of make class accessible to everybody, so we like to have the most options for payment as possible.
Yeah. Mara, is there a specific course that you're interested in?
Yeah.
More information?
Yeah, we do permanent makeup training here. We've got a ton of different PMU. We offer lash extension training. We have a full 600-hour basic SD program that is starting this May, our on-site class, our second class this year. Laser training. We've got a ton of continuing education courses for maybe like licensed professionals that need to renew. So we've got, tons of classes.
Mara says she's interested in PMU and lashes.
Oh, great.
And we have Brianna is asking, I'm sorry if Brianda is asking, she said she'd like to register for the April Lashes course.
Okay, great.
And she's wondering if there are openings still available.
Still available. So we will keep the registration dates on our job form and our Affirm link until that registration fills up. So we definitely will have April registration open. And if you're wondering like, oh, will we close registration? Usually like the Thursday or Friday prior to the class week, just so we have time to prep kits and manuals and everything, will we close registration. So if you're interested in that April class, you can absolutely still register for that program.
She has a follow-up question. She asks, does the lash class provide a certificate or a license?
Good question. So there are two different ways that you can take lash training through us. Lynn is one of the instructors. Our 38-hour lash class and our 14-hour lash class will allow you to get licensed in Minnesota. There are additional steps that you need to take. For example, once you complete class, you will get a PSI study guide and all of your laws and rules within your manual. You need to test. You need to take your state boards, which Lynn thoroughly explained on our last coffee chat, how to register for PSI exams. You'll learn all of the information that you need within class to study for those tests. Once you've passed your PSI exams, then you can fill out your initial operator application. If you choose to take your salon manager license or test as well, that's an additional PSI test. You can fill out your salon manager application, and that kind of trumps your operator application for one processing fee, which is great. You do not have to pay $195. It is just one fee. You turn that into the Board of Cosmetology, and they will issue you the license.
So I guess one way to kind of summarize it is that we have courses on site that will get you your license.
Yep.
And we have courses that, let's say you're already a cosmetology license or an esthetician license and you're wanting to just get a certification in the knowledge of eyelash extensions.
Yep.
We have a certification course for that. Or maybe you're already an eyelash, a licensed, you've gone through the program, you've done your 38 hours, you've done your testing. Now you're a licensed eyelash technician. Maybe now you want to learn how to do volume lashes. You already have your license, so now you're learning skills. So we have classes for certification that teaches certification technique on top of that base license. So we do have multiple types of classes, but yes, the class in April that's coming up is the 38-hour is the licensing class.
So yes, per the states, basically you need a minimum of 14 hours in order to get licensed, and that program qualifies for that license. So it's a great program. Andy and Lynn, on top of being their own business owners, so they are a great resource in the industry because they ran their own businesses for years. They've been teaching for years, literally. So they are really, really versed with all of the lash techniques.
Yeah, since the dark ages. we don't even use the stuff anymore. It's like totally different products and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I love doing both because then I'm still in the service room. I'm still keeping up with like what new techniques, technologies, and tools are, and I still love vibing with the clients and stuff like that. But I'm also still in it to tell students like what is happening currently and best practices and all that stuff. Best of both worlds.
It truly is. Yeah, I always tell incoming students, I'm like, this is the education that you want, is someone who's in the field actively right now, as well as teaching. They're great.
Yeah, and Andy and I are not gatekeepers. So if there's information, we're like in your face telling you about it because we're so passionate. We want you to care about it as much as we do. And there was a lot of years that we were building up knowledge base, and I don't want you to have to be, gradually getting this information that took me, 10 years to obtain. I'm going to tell it to you right out of the gate, so you're already further ahead than I was when I started. So truly here for support. I saw there were a lot of people that were on it, that were like liking and things, but
do you guys offer any night hours, PMU, or lashes? That is a good question as well. A lot of people are working full time, have kids, have lives. We totally get it. We don't offer evening hours for on-site training, I guess I'll say. However, a lot of our classes we make available online, especially with Lash. The first 24 hours of that 38-hour program, you can actually take online. And I hear so much great feedback from that class specifically because students have more time with the material. You can log on at 10 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever works best with your schedule. It's all self-paced. You'll watch videos, you'll take quizzes, you'll do activities with the material that we actually send right to your door. And then once you've completed that online portion, you'll actually register for on-site dates. And those 2 days you are mandatory on-site. You have to be here. Those are usually daytime.
So the hybrid portion, the off-site portion where you're learning theoretical, you're doing hands-on practice on a mannequin, you're taking in this information that you can absorb via videos and also interaction with the instructor. You could, even when you're off-site, you still have access to us to ask questions. And am I doing this right? And sending in photos of your practice work and getting feedback and all of that stuff. So all of that takes the state requirement of those 24 hours for that portion. That might not take you, 2 days, 24 hours. That could take you 2 months. You're breaking that down at your own pace, absorbing that in your own time. But once you've completed through that theoretical portion and you're ready for those final 2 dates, that's when you are on site for those 2 dates. That's when you get that hands-on coaching and like watching your ergonomics and suggestions on your hand wrist position and doing your test out, your hands-on test out and all that stuff.
Your live models, we get really great feedback. We get more time with the material. We can practice kind of as long as we need to. We are hybrid classes that come in. We're like, you guys are awesome because clearly you've
done the work.
Program. We give our students all discounts to our full on-site store that we have too. So if you need to replenish any materials, we've got disposable items, things like that on site that you'll use in class. But if you want to try a different adhesive or a different tweezer or Andy and Lynn have all their favorite, like the sticky pads that hold the lashes.
But on the note of the night classes thing and like the flexibility hours, we also have the programs that are on site for a few days a week. So instead of being here every day, so if you're wanting to take the esthetician program, you're on site Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you're, being a parent or a part-time worker, or, Thursday, Friday. So it breaks up the week. So it's a part-time program. So you can still, have flexibility.
We try to make things as flexible as possible with permanent makeup. Again, we do offer the programs online. I don't recommend it. It's a very hands-on class. If it's something you can get time off for, especially with permanent makeup, do it. But we do have the programs online. So if you're like, I'm 3 hours away, or I'm a full-time worker, those programs are online as well. So
Yeah.
let's see for follow-up.
Nail classes also like that. Hybrid, on-site for nails.
Oh my gosh, hi everyone. Like, so happy everyone's here. That's awesome. We have a bunch of people on.
Yay.
Is there certain topics that you guys are wanting to hear about from us? I know we kind of discussed like classes, when they're offered. Oh, Mara, I'm also from the Duluth area. That is so cool. I don't know if you can see me.
I did get a question yesterday that I can talk about.
Yeah.
Other people have this question too, is that after you've completed your course, so you've done your required amount of time and you've done your hands-on practical, then the state says you have to do your PSI exams.
Yep, your state boards.
Your state boards to then and pass those to get your license. How long do you have from completing your program to taking those PSI exams? Because you can't just 20 years later go up to PSI and be like, I know what I'm.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. So you actually have 5 years.
Okay, that's a generous amount of time.
Generous amount of time. So from that date, the completion date, 5 years.
Okay.
5 years to take your exam. If more than 5 years has elapsed since that course completion, then the state of Minnesota has you take what's called a skills course.
Okay.
And that is basically an assessment of your skill retention and knowledge retention since the elapsed timing. And then with that assessment, then like honing in on gaps in the education or like brushing you up, getting you up, like refreshing you. And then you're ready to take your exam. Yeah. And so after 5 years elapse and you take this skills course, it has to be a very specific skills course that's like approved by the state. It's not just like any course. You have then 1 year to take your PSI exam. Or you can just take that skills course again.
I was going to say also a perk about MN Brow Lash. As Lynn was saying, you've got 5 years. You can retake the classes that you paid for with us as many times as you'd like. There is no additional cost to retake tests with us. I hear Lynn say this all the time to students. The first time, you're just trying to pass. You're super worried about that test at the end of the week or the end of your hybrid portion that maybe you're not hearing everything that they're saying about certain techniques. You can come back a month later, 2 months later, a year later, 2 years later. It's an unlimited seat with us. So you can always come back and refresh those basic techniques, which for permanent makeup, for lashes, for laser, for any of our courses. And that second time around, you'll start to kind of hear things a little bit more clearly.
Yeah, and like sometimes things hit your ears different. Like there's this psychology, like you only retain X% of what you hear the first time you hear it. Like you have to hear something like
X amount of time.
Yeah, yes. for to absorb it. So if you are in a class and you're like trying to remember everything, like
it's a quick program too. Like even 5 days seems long, but like on Friday the girls are like, oh my gosh, it's already Friday, we're excited, but we want to live here.
Yeah. And with Andy and I both having done this for 20 years, at 5 days we're like, okay, here's what you need to know and all these things, blah, 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 like cramming it into you. So it's so come back. We want to see you.
Okay, Mara, she said, thank you so much for all the information. I will be in touch soon. Awesome.
We'll see you in a few weeks.
Okay, Brianna said, what are the hours and class schedule?
Is there a particular class you're looking for the class
Brianna, do you have a specific course? Because we could probably give you like more specified info.
On the website, you can also look at the course. I'm going to pull it up just so I can like walk you through it. So the website is mnbrowlashacademy.com. And if you pull up that webpage, there is the bar at the top with all the different selections. You want to look at training. That's the first on the left.
Yep.
And then you go through that drop down list, and depending on what you're looking at, like permanent makeup, eyelash extensions, laser medical services, continuing education, depending on what industry you're looking at, there's going to be another drop down menu.
Yep.
That'll give you even more course options. And so if you select whatever it is that you're going for, then it's going to lead you to the page where it's going to tell you all the different course options in that topic. And then from there, it'll tell you the different dates that those courses are available.
So for the 38 hours, which 38 hours is what she was specifically asking about.
Okay.
Our on-site class that we offer every month, our full on-site class, is a Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then also that hybrid portion, that online, anytime, self-paced, you can log on it whenever you want. That on-site portion is usually a Tuesday and a Wednesday, also from 10 to 5. We get a 30-minute lunch break during the day for each class. We will provide like snacks, and we've got water and coffee and
a lot of grazing. Big grazers.
We are foodies here, so you think of a snack, we probably have it.
Your flavored Kool-Aid? We got that.
We have that as well.
What don't we have? Okay, so I'm looking at the list here. The next 38-hour class coming up is April 7th through 11th. These are the on-site 38 hours.
Yeah.
And then the next one after that is May 5th through the 9th. So they're generally about the first or second week each month. Mm-hmm. So those are the next ones that are coming up June 9th through 15th. So
usually one every month.
Yeah.
Yep. Like what Lynn said, usually the first or second week. We have other classes that we have to plan around, so we try to keep each class like consistent throughout the month. I'm glad that you have interest in the program, though. It's really great.
It's fun.
Okay, what topics haven't we covered yet that we want to talk about?
Go back to my listies here. I have so many tabs open. It's like my brain. There's just files everywhere. Okay. So I brought some props, some visual things. Okay. Oh, look, I brought a color.
Never heard.
Look at my past self helping my future self. Okay. So when you take your licenses, when you do your offsite test post certification, you have to take these PSI exams. PSI is the third-party vendor that facilitates the testing, so it's an impartial facility.
Yep.
And so this packet that we give you, we give this to you day one of your classes. It goes into all of the classes that you're going to take, how to take the exams, where to find the exams, like all the locations of the facilities, what to expect day of, how to prepare for it, when to arrive, because it's like a very specific process you go through as well.
Yeah.
Reporting to the exam, the identification that you need to have when you attend there, the procedures, and all of the references. So here's what's really cool, and I do break this down during our class, is all of the tests that we have to take. I have, what the title is. There's 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And then what the topics are within that test. So it's actually broken down for you. Like, for example, I really like this one. Okay. So this exam here is, I know you can't really see it, but eyelash extension state exam, because there's a written practical, the general theory, and the state exam. The state exam is 30 questions. And 15% of that is on general information, 25% of that is on licensing, 45% is on practical requirements. So let's just kind of do some math here. So if there's 30 questions and 45% of them are on this topic, then we can guess about 45% of 30 is going to be about 15, 16 questions. Sure. So this topic is going to have 15, 16 questions. So it'll tell you, like, salon physical requirements. Okay, so if we have these bullet points in this subtopic, and then the actual pages where we can find where that information is that we're going to be tested on, like, you can really write your
You're really honing
your index cards, like specific to exactly what they're looking for. So you're not just like out in the wild, like what is this test gonna cover? It's very specified to what to study.
What they're gonna ask.
Yeah, exactly. So we have all of this broken down for you. I really like to be prepared.
So don't let the PSI exams freak you out. You can take them in 3 different languages. If language, that you can take it in Spanish, you can take it in Vietnamese, you can take it in English. They also have the PSI packets in those languages as well. And it's like a study guide. It's telling you exactly what statutes to read. We give you the full laws and rules packet. So
and really break it down. Plus, I have those fun games, the quiz games. Manisha was talking about this earlier, but if you are getting your initial operator license and you're filling out the application, there is a box that you can check, and it's going to be like you filled out 2 applications for 2 different licenses. Mm-hmm. So this one's going to allow you to do services as at a salon. This license is going to allow you to work anywhere, at any salon or your own salon or anywhere. So if you fill out your initial operator form and you check this box, it's like you're getting 2 licenses for 1 fee and just 1 processing, and just you don't have to fill out 2 things, and that's it. The only additional thing you'll have to do when you check this box and you take your 3 exams that we've talked about in the PSI, you'll take 1 more exam right here, salon manager exam. Again, all the breakdown of what's included, what they'll test you on, where to find the information they'll test you on. And a lot of this information is going to be also in your state exam for your initial operator license anyhow. There's just going to be a little wider. Yeah. So just a few extra things, but definitely recommend that if you're gonna do it, do the whole thing. Do 2 at once.
A little bit too with the PSI exams, you might be wondering what happens if I don't pass. Well, 1, if you pass 2 and you fail 1, you only have to take that 1 that you did not pass. Again, you do not have to pay for all 3 exams again. And I want to say with pricing, $24 a piece, it's not anything. Salon manager is $49, I know for sure. The 3, I think 2 are 24, 1 is 27. I think it's $72 altogether.
Yeah, you're close. You're very close. Yay, you're off the top of your head, very close.
Yeah.
It's for all 3, so $24, $28.
Yes.
So $76 for all 3 exams. And again, you just need to retake 1 or 2, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just the breakdown of what that particular test is. And then salon manager, 48.
Yes, so 49.
So you'll be paying $76 for your initial test and then $48 for your manager.
But totally worth it, because the second processing fee, if you do the initial first and then do the salon manager, is $200.
Yeah.
So we highly recommend take the salon manager. Yeah.
You're saving $200. You're saving time from filling it out, but also you're expanding your job opportunities.
Yep, setting yourself apart.
Immensely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just wanted to hone in on that. I had some questions about that.
That's always a good thing to review, because I think testing kind of scares people a little bit, and it's definitely not meant to be that way. They want to break it down for you. We want to make sure you're comfortable with all of the laws and rules before you go. And also technique. We have a very, very thorough curriculum that Lynn and Andy have spent, well over a year making our awesome, beautiful manual that we have. And it's full of great information.
Yeah, constantly updating.
Yep. Okay, I'll check if we have any questions on that, and then... Okay, no questions on that.
Radio.
Yeah, great.
Well, I'm loving these coffee chats.
I do too.
It's
really fun. First of all, Lynn and I are talkers. You put us in front of the camera, we will talk for an hour. And actually, you don't give us a time limit, we'll talk longer.
Oh God, that was one of Heidi's critiques when she did my business styles, and she's like, "You words. There's a lot of words going on here. Let's just like tone it down. Maybe some highlight bullet points. Like, yeah.
I suppose.
Kind of.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But it is just after 11:30.
Yeah, we did well. Actually, this round.
Do we wanna wrap it up today?
Let's wrap it up.
Last minute questions?
Yes, if you guys have any additional class questions, spring fling questions, we'll be doing more events for alumni, new students. We're kind of working on some collabs to help you guys with, coming in, CEs, fun things just for you guys. So
totally. Yeah. And if you're part of the alumni, look out for those emails where it's going to be the discount code for Coach Heidi Holly.
Yeah, we do a Holly here.
Oh my God, so. it's like I've only known her and I keep changing. Anywho, Sapphire, like the gem, Sapphire Spa.info.
Great.
So you can find her there.
Yay! Well,
thanks everybody.
Appreciate you. Happy Friday.